Hi folks! Today I'm bringing you another ethical clothing brand review, and today we're going to talk about EVERLANE. Just speaking of my impression of the brand, at first I was really skeptical because their website is super simple and they only have very basic items, so they look like kind of those, scam clothing websites that they have a quite high price point and then the product that you get is not on par with the quality and the price point. At first I wasn't really attracted, but then as time go on they have more products out and then I started browsing their website and see that they hold a lot of really good ethics and I really appreciate and respect that, so I decided to give them a try. Right off the bat, I wasn't disappointed. I was actually very genuinely pleased with the quality of their clothing. So today I'm just going to share my collection of EVERLANE clothing and tell you if they're worth the price, how's their quality, and just how I feel about them. So let's go! Just a little bit of background information about me. I am usually a size medium and size 6 and I am 5'8" and I weigh 63 kilograms. So I am more like a medium athletic build. I'm not very thin, I'm not very fat, and I have a bit more mass on my lower body. I also wear jeans in size 27 to 28. The first thing that I'm going to share with you is the Italian Merino Rip Polo. One of the things that I really appreciate about EVERLANE is they name all of their clothing like super simple. It is what it is. You don't see those like, oh, I'm gonna name this top Stacy, I'm gonna name that top Jessica. No, they don't do that. It's Italian Merino and a Rip Polo. I wish more brand would do that. It's just so simple. So this is it, and it's made out of merino wool, which is very soft, and through washing it, it didn't shrink as well, so that's very nice. But I would complain that the color doesn't really stay. That's possibly because of the fabric. Merino is very soft and doesn't really hold its shape. So when you're washing it, be careful and put it in cold wash so that the shape kind of stays. I bought this in the color oatmeal. I just thought it's like a good, grandma kind of color that is easy to pair with anything. I'm not sure if this is still in stock on the website because last time I checked, a lot of the colors were out of stock, but it did put out a lot of newer colors as well, so you'll have to check it yourself. Although this top is pretty thin, it feels sturdy, like it doesn't feel flimsy. It has a little bit of weight to it, so I really like it and I would recommend you get one. And the next item we have is this prime cotton rib tank. It's basic, it's white, the price was right, no more. Great product. For both of these tops I got them in the size medium and they fit me pretty perfectly. Up next we have the colorless air shirt. It's a very flowy kind of shirt. It's very light. It's extremely comfortable, extremely breathable fabric, and I love this color. It's so great to pair with like dark blue jeans, light blue jeans, anything. So it is great for all seasons. You can layer it, you can do whatever you like with it. It's super versatile again, and it just feels really good on the body. And also this fabric, please do iron it before you wear it. I didn't iron it. It looks very wrinkly and just not as good, so do remember to iron it if you want it to look its best. However, if you just want like a laid back look, then not ironing it is also fine. I did get it in a size 6 and I find it just a little bit bulky for me. If I size down, I think it would look more form-fitting, but right now it's just like a very casual, loose-fitting shirt, which I don't mind. So yeah, I really like it. The cheeky straight jeans. I love them so much. I have them in 2 colors. These are straight jeans that are high-rise, and I love EVERLANE's denim. Their denim is super heavy, like the quality is there, that they're going to be durable, and the cutting is also really nice, especially for the cheeky line where it is specially designed for more hourglass figures, which I don't actually have an hourglass figure, but I do have a lot more mass on my lower body, so there's always this little gap, in between the waist of your jeans and also your actual waist, and their cheeky line don't do that at all, which I love so much. It's so hard to find a pair of jeans that fits me perfectly. Just a little thing that I want to add, the black one I got it in the regular, and then the blue one I got it in the crop. They are a pretty different length. The cropped actually sits right above the ankle, and the regular sits right below the ankle. So depending on your height, depending on your preference, do note that the crop and regular is about an inch different. Oh, and they also feel like butter. I love that about them, and their jeans aren't like crazy expensive. I think they are a good price for their quality. Yeah, I really love these jeans. They just feel so sturdy. I love heavy denim, and I actually got them in a size 28, which is just a tad too big for me, so next time I get them maybe I should just size down. But yeah, I can always put a bell on it. These are just my absolute favorite jeans of all times. Next up is another pair of jeans that is their authentic stretch skinny jeans, and I got them in like a kind of rib design, which is actually not very ripped at all. But again, these jeans are just super comfy, and unlike the cheeky straight jeans that we got, these ones are actually not very flexible, but the authentic stretch skinny, as the name would suggest, is very stretchy. So they hug your figure really well. So easy to go with everything that you have in your wardrobe already. They fit well, they don't restrict your movement that much, which is very important for me because I have very large movements. There's no bad thing to say about them. Well, except the waistband of this one, because this is not their cheeky line. So the waistband here doesn't fit me that well, but I can always pull elastics here. So I might do that, but even if I don't do that, I think they fit pretty nicely. Lastly, for bottoms, I have two of their chinos here. One is the chino shorts, and the other is their straight leg chino. For their straight leg chino, they fit almost like a wide leg pants, which I don't mind. It actually gives off a very, you know, high fashion kind of look, which I absolutely love. However, the sizing of them is a little weird because I did get the straight leg chino in a size 6. However, for the chino shorts, I actually got them in size 4, and they both fit pretty well. They give a very detailed size chart, so it's easy for you to measure and match to their chart, which is very nice of them. And I do find that their sizes vary across products, so be very careful, measure very carefully, do read the size chart. One thing that I love so much about them is that they have a review section, and you can filter off the reviews according to your own height and weight so that you can pick the best size for you, and I think that is very helpful. So if there is a review section, do use the filter. If there is none, do read the size charts. Both of them is a very thick cotton texture, and that's why they kind of, you know, wrinkle a lot. If you want them to look their best, again, remember to iron them before you wear them. These are so comfortable. Like, if you just want something easy and you don't want to wear, you know, jeans, because sometimes jeans can be a little uncomfortable, right? These are a great alternative. It's just so easy to put on, and it, you know, it has an elastic waistband, so you don't have to worry if you ate too much. They are just really good items to have in your wardrobe, like as a staple, because they're so easy to style, they are comfortable. Highly recommend again. Is there anything that I don't recommend from this brand? Next, there's a kitty cat. Look. Hi! The next item that I want to share is actually some undergarments, which I'm not going to show and I'm not going to try on. So I'm just gonna insert some picture here. The ones that I have are panties, and they are the Renew Thong and Renew Hipster. Both of them, I got them in a size medium, and I think they're doing a promotion where if you get 3, you have a special price, which is nice. And it's the same case for like almost all the panties on earth. They are made out of this very smooth nylon material, and they have a no-show design, so it's very seamless. I often wear them when I'm working out, and I find them extremely comfortable, does not show under my leggings. Going back to some clothes, I also got this oversized blazer in this brown checkered design, and oh my god, this blazer is the actual best. It fits so incredibly well. It gives off such a laid back but also professional look, you get me? I feel like it is more of a winter coat because of the, you know, it's like a fuzzy kind of material, so doesn't really feel that good in summer or spring, to be honest. But for autumn winter, this is perfect, and I actually got it in a size 4 because it is an oversized blazer and I don't want it to be like that boxy and baggy, you know, which is actually recommended in the review section. So do remember to check the review section if there is any. It does have a little bit of shoulder padding to make it look a little bit more structured and tidy, so it is such a good piece to have in a wardrobe. You can just throw it on whenever you have like a semi-formal thing to go to, or you can just like hang it around in your office whenever you may have like an urgent meeting and you just can throw it on and go and look professional. Next up is the Renewed Traveler Tote. Oh, I forgot to say it. The Renewed line is actually using recycled garment to make other garments or textile products. So this is one of those, and also the undergarments that I talked about. So this is the Renewed Traveler Tote. It looks so similar to the Hermes or Longchamp. I don't know anything about luxury brands. Yeah, it looks exactly like the Longchamp bag that everybody was obsessed over. But I feel like this one is better because I like this color a bit more, and it is very sturdy. I actually put a lot of things. This is like my office to gym bag because it's so big you can fit in even a pair of shoes. It looks really clean. It looks semi-professional so that you are not carrying like a rucksack to your office. I just carry this and it holds everything. The straps are very nicely sewed on, so it don't feel like it's tugging and like pulling and then it's gonna snap at any minute. No, it doesn't do that. It's just a versatile bag, put anything in. It can be like a carry-on if you're traveling. It also have a lot of compartments like on the outside and then also on the inside. I would say it is a little bit pricey because, you know, it is a tote bag after all. I know it's made out of really good materials, but the price point is a little bit steep for this one in particular. Let's move on to the feet. First of all, I have my 90s loafers, and boy oh boy do they look absolutely stunning. I got them in like this brown croc design, and they have a little bit of a heel here. Oh, and by the way, the heels are round shade, which is really cool. And oh my god, they look incredible. The vinyl shiny design, the croc, and the weight, it just makes you look so expensive, but damn, they're uncomfortable. They are so uncomfortable. Can you hear? The sole of these shoes are so hard, which means they are very hard to walk in. You just need so much time to break them in, and then they're totally fine. And also the leather is very, very thick and hard leather. Again, it requires so many time to break the leather in to make it soft, which means the first few times of you wearing this, you are going to suffer, baby. You are going to suffer, but they look good, so I guess that's the compensated part. These shoes, I don't think they're available anymore. I think they have the new day loafers, a much more comfortable version of them, but just the luxury heavy look of the shiny brown croc leather makes it look so beautiful, so elegant, so expensive, you know, but they are also really uncomfortable at first, but later on as you walk in them more, they will become more comfortable. The final item of today are these shoes, and they are the leather lace-up flats. Now these are the closest to ballet flats that I can ever own. I love ballet, but I can't dance for shit. I especially cut them in the pink color because I don't have this color in my wardrobe at all. These are in size 9. These shoes has to be the most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever worn in my life. They fit so snug with my feet, and they are super breathable. It's super easy to walk in. However, I do notice that there are a lot of creases because it is a very soft leather, and because it is a lighter color, it doesn't look that apparent. I love these shoes, but I do have to say, if you have a wider feet, then these ones might not be as comfortable for you or might not look as flattering because it is tapered to the front. Just be mindful of that, but other than that, I love them. Super easy to style with anything, although it's a pink color, but it sort of adds like a subtle pop to your outfit, you know? With other basic colors, if you will. Great quality overall, but I feel like they might not be as durable because the leather is so soft. Although they're not very cheap, I still think they're totally worth the price. The more I look at Everlane's website, the more I find that their whole brand is catered to people who like basics or want just some stable pieces in their wardrobe. So I think I've heard someone said that they are a great capsule wardrobe kind of brand because a lot of their items are super versatile. They pair well with everything in and out of their own brand, and also all of their pieces are really good quality and super durable. So they're made for people who like good quality durable things and that can pair with everything else so that you don't have to waste a lot of time just coming out with what to wear in the morning. I really like this concept, and I also really like the concept of capsule wardrobe. If you don't know what a capsule wardrobe is, I will give you a few links down below in the description, but basically it's like nuclear wardrobe that have your everyday staples and maybe one or two more special pieces. Not even gonna lie to you, I like all of the products that I have from Everlane. I would recommend each and every one of them, although there are some that might be a little too basic for you maybe, or that's the sizing and the design have a little bit of things that you need to take into consideration. However, Everlane as a brand is a brand that I would absolutely support till the end of time, till the end of my days, because they are such a conscious brand, and it's so hard to find a conscious brand that wants to make you conscious as well, because there is something called green marketing or eco marketing, I don't know, but basically people use eco-friendly taglines or whatever to make their brand look like they're eco-friendly, which is thankfully the mainstream of nowadays. However, deep inside the brand, they are not actually doing anything that is good for the environment. So for Everlane, I really appreciate that they have a lot of transparency with what they're doing. It is all listed on their website. You can check them, you can verify them, and they actually encourage you to do that, which I really respect. And also they have a lot of educational material about why they are doing these practices as well. So not only do you know that they do it, you also know why they do it and how they do it. And I think a lot of brands should follow this example, because as I have said in my other ethical brand review video, which is on Reformation, so if you haven't seen it already, you can click here to see it. What I mentioned in that video is that the textile industry is one of the most polluting industries in the whole world, and adding on with the fast fashion trend nowadays is only getting worse. So I really appreciate it when clothing brands take a step further to sort of not actually diminish this problem, but alleviate it, if that's the word at all. Just as an example, the denim industry is the most polluting one out of all of textile. It takes a lot of energy to dry the jeans, and to dye the jeans it produces a lot of polluting sewage. So it was a very refreshing sight to see how Everlane explained their denim production procedure. They air dry their jeans, they use reused water to wash their jeans, because you know, jeans have different washes, and they also use renewable energy, and they also repurpose the byproduct of producing jeans, which is sludge, into a brick factory nearby their own factory to produce bricks for construction uses. So I really like how they explain the whole flow of their production so that you know each and every step and what is involved. I absolutely love when brands do that. I just think that it shows how they care about the environment, how they care about their customers, and just in general, they care. And that's all customers can ask for nowadays. By the way, almost all of the jeans have tall, regular, and cropped so as to suit your different heights. And I really like that how they don't say shorts, but they say crop. Even if you're a little petite, you're not called like short, but you want a cropped jean. So I think it's just a nice touch for them, and they're very inclusive. They have all size models on their website and all colors. The overall branding gives you a very welcoming view. It just feels nice to shop with them, and I think it's actually a great marketing feature to have, just to make your customers feel welcomed in, you know? A very special feature about EVERLANE is they have this choose what you pay kind of activity. They're basically sales items, but I feel like they sort of put it in a way which sounds more legit. Something like they made a little too much of this item, so they want to sell it at a lower price. And choose what you pay is basically you can choose which part of the manufacturing process benefit from the profit of you buying the product. So I'm going to insert like a screenshot of what it meant because it was a giant paragraph and I don't know how to explain it, but that's basically it. And I think that is also a nice touch and very educational, because we are often so blinded by consumer goods and retail goods that we don't know where it came from and what parties are involved during their manufacturing process. So even if you're not buying anything, just looking at their information about how you can choose what you pay in order to benefit different parties in the process is just a good thing to know as a consumer, and it also makes you a bit more conscious any other time that you are going to buy any other things. So that's all for me today. I hope this video was not too long because I do have a lot of items to go through. Yeah, I hope this gives you a little bit more idea of what EVERLANE as a brand, how their clothing style is, and what I like about them so much. So yeah, if you have any questions, do ask in the comment below, and like and subscribe if you want more video like this, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!